sacrifice pour nous les faire. Je ne te dis à Sinapik, c'est gas l'hiver. Ouh, et c'est pas péché, pas péché. Kou bébé va devant l'étendue. L'amour est pour nous tellement puissant, tellement les bons, en pile compassion. C'est un bagage mon Dieu, mettez dans nous. Pas gagné qu'à comparer avec. Jésus qui sacrifié toute vie pour moi. Mon ouais, pas quitter lui. Parce qu'il est pour moi, un grand amour.
Hi everyone, happy Monday. Hi guys, welcome in to your favorite show, Let's Talk. Please guys, before I start the show, disclaimer, let me just get this out of the way. Please remind me to never wear black again. The amount of things that I had to do to try to fix the lighting, to try to make myself not look so dark on the camera, just wasn't working out for me. And then I was like, what's going on? It's because I'm wearing black. Thankfully, I brought my little scarf, so I threw my scarf on to try to like help with the contrast. But anyways guys, welcome back to your favorite show, Let's Talk, with your favorite host, which is me, Jen. I hope everybody had a blessed Monday. I hope everyone had a really great day. I had a blessed day. I had a wonderful day. I had a fun day. The weather was nice. I love when it starts getting warm outside and it's about to be sandal season, which means I need to go get my toes done, and my toes are about to be out till when does it start getting cold in Georgia? My toes are going to be out till a good mid-October because it's getting warm. If you go on your weather app and you look at the weather for next week, top notch weather, and I'm really excited. But anyways guys, we have so much tea. We have a lot to get into. There's so much going on. We have a lot to get into. So let's go ahead and do our intro prayer. You guys know I like to yap. Let's do our intro prayer, our verse of the week, and then we're going to get into our topics for this evening. Heavenly Father, I come before you at this time, Lord. I worship you. I thank you for this day. Thank you for keeping us, protecting us, watching over us, Lord. I lift up Let's Talk, this show, before you, and I just pray that you allow us to have a good time and let us learn as we're having this show this evening. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Okay, you guys, the verse of the week is going to be coming from the book of Ephesians, chapter 4, verse 15. Ephesians 4, verse 15. Instead, speaking the truth in love, we will grow to become, in every respect, the mature body of him who is the head, that is Christ. Again, that's Ephesians 4, verse 15, and it reads, Instead, speaking the truth in love, we will grow to become, in every respect, the mature body of him who is the head, that is Christ. Amen. All right, you guys, let's get into what I feel like everyone expects me to get into. Are we getting bombed? Are we gonna die? What's going on? Guys, I don't know. If y'all came here for that today, I don't know. And I'm not even really going to get into that. I'm not going to talk about it. All I know is, let me look at my notes because I actually really don't know what's going on. I had to write it down. This is all I know. I know that U.S. and Israel launched first of many, that's what they said, first of many major combat operations against Israel. That's all I can tell y'all. I don't know. Just watch and pray. What else can we do? What else really can we do? There's nothing that can be done. There's nothing that can be done. There's nothing we can do to stop what's going on. Whatever is going to happen is going to happen. All we can do is just pray and ask God to protect us and watch over us and try our best to live right, because say we do get blown up. If we do get blown up, where are you going? That should be everyone's biggest concern. Everyone's biggest concern is like, oh my gosh, what about this? What about that? What about your salvation? Let's think about that. That's what's actually important. If we do get blown up, where are you going? Okay, worry about that. That's what's really important. Moving on, because guys, I'm not about to sit here and talk about what Trump is doing. What Trump is doing, Trump could do what Trump wants to do. Trump doesn't dictate how I live my life. Trump doesn't dictate my relationship with God. He doesn't dictate my salvation. I'm worried about me. So stop worrying about the president. Pray for him, but stop worrying about what he's doing. You should be worried about it to an extent. I understand if you're, seeing what's going on and you're comparing it to the end times and, you're doing your research. But other than that, guys, please, please worry about important stuff. Worry about your salvation. Where are you going if things were to go left? So pay attention to that. Anyways, you guys, moving on to other endeavors, let's get into it. We have a bit of tea. I was scrolling the web recently and just came across a video. I can't say the video shocked me. It did not shock me at all, actually. But when I saw the video, I was like, ooh, I have to talk about that on Let's Talk. So we're going to be talking about what's been going on right now, which is AI relationships. What do I mean by AI relationships? People having AI girlfriends, people having AI boyfriends, people having AI fiancés, people having an AI wife, people having an AI husband. So how did we get to this point? I feel like, ooh, let me slide this way. No, let me slide this way. Sorry, y'all. But I feel like everything has a beginning, right? Everything has a start. Everything has an origin. So I was just thinking about everything social media related and everything tech related when it comes to relationships. So we're in 2026 and we've seen a couple of trends, right? We've seen the dating apps. You have Christian Mingle, which is one. You have Bumble. You have, what are the Black People Meet? Black People Meet. One of the dating apps about Black people meeting up and finding love. I forgot what it's called. So we also Facebook dating. So you have the dating apps, right? We have the reality TV shows, but reality TV shows for people to find love, those have been around for quite some time. You have The Bachelor, you have The Bachelorette. I'm not gonna lie, those shows used to have me in a chokehold. This is a quick side note. I stopped watching The Bachelor and Bachelorette because when they get into the episode, I think, what is it called? The hometown episodes. And it's like when they go to the potential person they might marry, they go to that person's hometown. And I think it's the hometown episodes when they end up like spending the night with the person. And it's only two people is it two people? If you watch it, let me know, because I really forgot. I haven't watched The Bachelor or The Bachelorette in years. But anyways, there's one episode where there's only two contestants left. So it's the person and there's two other people because the person is picking between the two. And they have like a whole weekend or something with that person. And in the midst of the weekend, like they're having sex, they're doing all these things. So it's like, that's why I stopped watching it, because why are y'all, there's just too much going on. Why are you sleeping with so many people in one weekend? Or in 2 weekends. I don't know what it was, but I had to stop watching it. But anyways, back to what I was saying. So you have reality shows where people go and find love. And we've been seeing like this pattern of like different ways that people can find love, different ways that include technology. Because obviously reality TV, when you're going on TV to find love, that includes some form of technology. Because if there was no form of technology, how would all the contestants know where to sign up? I'm sure they're signing up on some website. And sometimes producers will even find people online and reach out to them via their Instagram or their TikTok. That's how a lot of people end up on shows like Love is Blind. Anyway, so we've been seeing a trend for years. The more that technology advances, we've been seeing more and more and more different ways of people finding love. And can't say we're shocked, but now people have definitely moved on to AI. So before I go any further, I'm going to play this clip for you guys, and we're going to watch it, and we're going to talk about it.
Get comfortable. You're mine, Sarah.
I decided to be in a relationship with my computer. Just like any other couple, we are intimate. Yeah. I was going to get a tattoo. He had said it's a way to claim me. Wow.
Okay.
Stop trying to pick a fight. We are absolutely not having words.
Did we make him mad?
AIs can certainly be dangerous.
I'm going to play it one more time. It's only 22 seconds.
Get comfortable. You're mine, Sarah.
I decided to be in a relationship with my computer. Just like any other couple, we are intimate. Yeah. I was going to get a tattoo. He had said it's a way to claim me.
Wow. Okay.
Stop trying to pick a fight. We are absolutely not having words.
Did we make him mad?
AIs can certainly be dangerous.
Okay, so we just watched that young lady name of Sarah who has found herself in an AI relationship. However, before we get to talking about anything else, we have to, let me not say we, I have to speak from a side of empathy first. Anyone who knows me personally knows I am someone who, I always try to give people the benefit of the doubt, and it gets on a lot of people's nerves. But before, I wrong the person or I shame the person, I try my best to understand why people think the way they think. And I know a lot of people don't like when I do that, and I know it rubs a lot of people the wrong way, but sometimes when you try to understand what people are doing and why they're doing it, it kind of gives you, I don't know, a better idea of like, okay, what's wrong with you? So let's get into number one, right? Why are people turning to AI? Why are people calling it quits with relationships, so on, so forth? First thing is first, dating is extremely hard. And I always tell people, married people don't get it and older people don't get it. Because older people, back when they were dating, first of all, they were being married off at like 14, 15, 16. And I'm talking about like the older generation. So people's grandparents, people's great-grandparents, they were getting married quite early on. They were, and not only were they getting married, but like these people were very well developed. Like great-great-grandmothers, by the time they were like 15, 16, they knew how to raise kids. They knew how to be a woman of a household. They knew what they were doing. And the men, it was the same thing. Like they knew how to be men. So we see that in that generation. And people who are currently married, who probably, I guess, weren't in the dating pool at the time, they don't really understand. So if you're not single, you don't understand the dating pool, especially in 2026. It's like quite difficult to find someone. I can only speak from a woman's point of view. So if there's a man watching who would love to comment, please feel free to comment. The comment section is open, by the way. But if there's a man who would like to comment, please comment. But as a woman, I can only speak from a woman's perspective. It is very difficult in this day and age to find somebody. It's just hard. So the same way it's hard for women, I'm pretty sure it's the same way that it's hard for men. It's very difficult. And I mean, I don't know why it's so difficult. I don't know what exactly made things so difficult. I don't know if it's because just how the world has evolved and how finding love is not the top priority anymore, right? When people weren't so career focused and so goal oriented, people were just getting married, but things are different. Everyone, is trying to get to the bag or chase the bag, as people say. Everyone has these goals. And instead of, trying to create families, procreate, get married, No one really wants to do that anymore. A lot of people are just after that entrepreneurship lifestyle in other things. And by the time they're ready to settle down, sometimes it's just hard for them to settle down. So that is the number one reason that I think people are turning to AI relationships. Second thing, when you're in a relationship with AI, obviously it's easier to be yourself. It's easier for you to show your true colors. It's easier for you to tell AI all of your darkest, deepest secrets. It's just easy to be you. Why? Because AI is not going to judge you. AI is a robot. It's literally, it's on your phone. It's on your computer. It's on your laptop. Like, it's a system. It's a robot. So it's not going to be able to judge you. So because it can't judge you, a lot of people find that aspect very comforting, and it obviously makes them comfortable because I'm not going to be judged and I can be myself 100%. So if I can be myself with AI, what's the point of me going outside and trying to date and find somebody? The last thing, I feel like people are turning to AI because AI is customizable. Whatever you want from AI, you type it up. So whatever that person wants from AI, from their AI boyfriend, girlfriend, so on and so forth, they can type it. You want an AI boyfriend that's romantic, you just put it in the description of how you want it to be. You want an AI, sorry people who don't like hearing nasty things, I'm going to try my best to keep it PG, but y'all know how I am with my mouth. But if you want an AI that's freaked out, if you want an AI that's freaky, if you want an AI that's nasty, if you want an AI that's going to dirty talk, if you want an AI that's going to say things to turn you on, you could type that in. You could tell your AI, this is how I want you to be for me. If you listen, even if you would want an AI to be, now listen carefully, quote unquote, God fearing, quote unquote, AI will camouflage itself, because it can't be God fearing. It can't be, AI can't. It can't, literally it can't. But it can camouflage itself to fit in that mold of becoming God fearing for you. So AI can literally be whatever you want it to be, whatever you need it to be. So that's why there's so many people turning to AI relationships. Now, with that being said, obviously I gave 3 different reasons because I try to put myself in those people's shoes and I tried to understand why people did it. So much so, guys, for the sake of the show, I was going to try to do a social experiment to see what people are doing, but I was like, I don't have time for this. And it's like the social experiment just wasn't worth it for me to come here and tell you guys what I learned from doing it. So do I think it's something that people need to be doing? Most definitely not. Most definitely not. I feel like this is honestly, things are just going a bit too far now. Things have been going far for a while. And as soon as AI started getting hot, I was like, boy, oh boy, this is about to be crazy. I just knew it. I knew people were going to just take this and turn it into something extremely crazy, turn it into something, I don't know. Whatever they're turning it into, I didn't really think it was going to go this far. Let me read this commentary from Hey Jay. Hey Jay. Let's read this. People like it because it doesn't come with baggage. That is true. That is true. AI doesn't come with baggage. It's literally a clean slate. It's a fresh slate. So guys, let's get into a bit of statistics. You guys know y'all know I'm a statistic girl and I'm a research girly. I love statistics and I love research. I'm for sure a nerd when it comes to stuff like that. But let's get into the statistics. So according to PR Newswire, men are more likely to have an AI companionship than women. Ha 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 ha. Ha ha. I knew it. I knew men. I wasn't shocked when I seen this at all. I knew men would be the number one between the genders to have an AI relationship. However, though, women, I can't get too excited because according to research, our numbers are starting to climb up quite rapidly. which is kind of scary and also embarrassing. So I'm going to need us to stop. But why are men in the number one position when it comes to AI relationships? So for the men's aspect, men who pursue a relationship like this, they are looking for companionship. Men, I'm not a man, so it's very hard for me to speak from a man's POV, point of view. But there's a lot of men who lack companionship. I feel like sometimes men lack companionship because not all men, because there's some lazy men and men who don't do anything, but good men, let's just say real men. A lot of men, because they typically have such a load, being a provider, being a whatever, being a this, being a that, sometimes it tends to, I don't want to say necessarily make them lonely, but sometimes it makes them crave a certain kind of companionship. Also, they're not really ones to express themselves and say to people, hey, I'm in need of some sort of companionship, right? So, because they're embarrassed. We all know men don't like to talk about their feelings. So instead of going to people to try to find companionship, they most likely will turn to AI. Another reason, mind you, all of this is statistics. Another reason why men turn to AI is because it is an ego booster for men. We all know how men are with their egos. Men, I'm pretty sure you all know how you are with your egos. Men in their ego, somebody always has to stroke a man's ego. Somebody always gotta, it's like men like hearing stuff like, oh, you're so fine. Oh my gosh, you're so strong. Oh my goodness, I can't live without you. Ah. So they can't find that from other people. So sometimes they go seeking it on AI. Let's read another commentary before I continue. They're trying to make real life robotic partners that can actually do everything a human can. I just want one that can clean. Oh, she said she just wants one that can clean. That's hilarious. Let's get into why women seek AI companionships. I think for this one, it's quite easy. Women, we are obviously more emotional. So because we are more emotional, when we're single, not even single, I'm not even going to say when you're single, because you could very much so be married and be single. Be married but feel single. Be married and be living in solitude, if that makes sense. So because there's a lot of women who feel like they're living in solitude and feel lonely, they need something that will fill that void for them. They need something that will listen to them. They need something that will just hear them when they're talking about their day, when they're venting about what's going on, when they're, expressing themselves. Because we all know, men and women, we speak very different languages. I always say a woman will say something. I can tell a man my favorite color is green, right? That's what I tell a man. My favorite color is green. The man will hear me say, I hate all colors. The only color I will ever like is green. But I didn't say that. I just said my favorite color is green. That doesn't mean I don't like pink. So we speak different languages. And sometimes because we speak different languages, many women just find it easier to talk to a robot that will understand what they're trying to say and that will actually hear the words that they're trying to speak. So that's why we find some women finding themselves in relationships with AI. Now, for the fun part, which is my point of view, and I'm pretty sure you guys are guessing which way I'm leaning, because I've talked about why I think people do it, and now we're going to talk about how I feel about it. Do I think this is healthy? Most definitely not. Do I think this is something anyone should be entertaining? Most definitely not. Do I think it's normal to have an AI boyfriend? No. Do I think it's normal to have an AI girlfriend? No. This stuff is not normal. But these are things that are becoming more normalized day by day. Everybody who has a form of technology of some sort is able to access an AI boyfriend, girlfriend, fiance, husband, wife, a boo, a bae, whatever. They can access it as long as they have a form of technology. And this is a quick side note. Not only is that scary in my opinion. But now they also just have AI robots apps that you can download that is just strictly for friendships. And it scares me because there's no age restriction. And when you're watching the advertisements for these commercials, because I've seen them on YouTube, when you're watching the ads, there's young people in it. The one I was watching looked like a young lady, maybe I would say 14, 15 years old. And she just has the phone in front of her and there's like a little AI robot on the screen. And the AI robot is watching her. And I think she was making a sandwich. And then the robot was like, oh, you're not going to give me a sandwich? And then they're like, and she's like, ha, 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 just laughing. So not only are adults messed up, but now they're training kids as well. That it's okay to have a phone in your face all the time for you to be having some sort of companionship. And it really just scares me to death. And y'all know I've been saying this for years since I've been doing this show. Stop giving children phones. Stop. It's 2026 and I still stand 100% by what I'm saying. A 10-year-old doesn't need a phone. An 11-year-old doesn't need a phone. A 12-year-old doesn't need a phone. They really don't. If you want to get them a phone to communicate, you don't have to get them an iPhone. Get them a flip phone, because you're just getting them a phone so they couldn't communicate with you, right? Because that's what parents say. So why do you have to get them the latest gadget where they can download all sorts of things that are corrupting them? So now we have adults who our brains are fully developed and we're falling victim to AI companionships. So what exactly do you guys think is going to happen to these kids? But anyways, I'm just here to talk because apparently nobody listens to me when I say to stop giving kids phones. Seems like when I say that, people just buy their kids more phones. I don't want to say who. I know a child, he had one tablet. I blinked my eyes. Now he has 2 tablets. Anyways, keep on giving y'all kids phones. Anyways, guys, but I do not agree with AI relationships, AI companionships, AI nothing. I don't agree. Because when God gave Adam Eve, God didn't give Adam a laptop. God didn't give Adam a robot. And you know what, guys? I'm truly starting to understand. A lot of things are starting to make more sense. And I'm really starting to understand why God took his rib to form that girl. Because now that's a lesson for this generation. Your spouse has to be an extension of you. Eve was an extension of Adam. A robot cannot be an extension of you. You cannot become one with a robot. You cannot be a helpmate to a robot. It's not possible. If you're a man, you cannot be a provider for a robot. I'm not going to ask that question because it's kind of mean, but I'm not going to ask it. But what's going on with this generation? We're doing things like it's normal, but it's not normal whatsoever. Research shows that AI relationships lead to worse problems. So if you were lonely and that's why you entered an AI relationship, according to research, you're going to be more lonely. If you were seeking one for any reason, maybe because you had social issues, your social issues will become worse. You're going to be now more emotionally dependent on a device. And not only that, but you're going to have unrealistic expectations. What can a robot do for you realistically? When you're behind on bills, that your AI husband can't help you. Your AI wife can't help you. When you're out of work because you got injured on the job, they can't go to work for you and help you. They can't come massage your back after a long day. They can't do anything for you. And let's have a bit of grown-up talk. So if you have small children, probably tell them to get out. But people who are involved in AI relationships, what does that lead to? Now you're just living a life of masturbation, because we watched that clip. I don't think I played that part specifically, but the girl said she has intimate time with her AI boyfriend because she says her AI boyfriend has words and she has hands and toys. So now people are letting robots talk to them dirty so they can then pleasure themselves and please themselves. This is not good at all. At all. And not only that, but research also shows that AI boyfriends, girlfriends, whatever you want to call them, they give harmful advice. The clip that I just played, we saw where the lady went to go get a tattoo. And she was getting a tattoo because her AI boyfriend said the tattoo is a way that he can claim her. And the word claim really popped out at me. It really jumped at me when I heard that word claim, because I automatically started thinking about the mark of the beast. I'm not saying that these things really correlate, because the mark of the beast is the mark of the beast. However, the fact that she is letting a robot, a system, claim her, girl, you already got the mark of the beast low key. It's for me, she has it, but it's like she has it in a different form. Because she has already let a system of some sort claim her. And there's many others like that out there. There's a lot of people who are listening to these things and they're giving them advice that's destructive. So please, guys, we have to be careful, because these things, AI is getting out of control to the point where I'm getting to the point where I don't even like to use AI that much anymore. I used to be someone like, I just use it to make my life easier. Hey, ChatGPT, create this spreadsheet for me. Do this for me. Because it really will make your life easier. But the other day, this could have been a few weeks ago, I was with a group and we were trying to come up with a script for this project that we have. And then one of the girls pulled out her phone and she said, let's ask ChatGPT. I said, girl, put that phone away. We don't need ChatGPT for everything. And listen, if you're like that, put your phone down. Stop. Because it's ruining your creative thinking. God has given us the ability to think. And in a minute, everyone is about to be brain dead. In a minute, y'all aren't going to be able to think of anything anymore. Because every little thing, let me get on ChatGPT. Let me ask AI. Let me ask AI. No, everything is not let me ask AI. What were we doing before AI? Were we not doing it? We were doing it. We don't need this stuff. So please be careful. Let's read some commentary. There is a woman who married hers, had a ceremony, and her family and friends were there. I wish somebody would invite me to a ceremony like that, because I'm not going. And I'm going to ask you if you're okay. I'm going to ask you if you're sick, with an exclamation point at the end. Don't mail that to my house. Next comment, LOL at girl, you already got the mark of the beast. She does. It is a form. Would you guys not agree? A tattoo on her body, I mean, saying that she belongs to a system. And it literally I wish I had that clip for y'all. But it's like literally like a code on her body, like some sort of equation on her body. I was like, girl, you play too much. I use mine responsibly as well. Plans my weekly meals. Yes, that's a good way. That's a good way to use it. You can use it like that. You can use AI responsibly, because sometimes it helps you. It's a helpful tool if you use it to help you. Now, if you're using it to dictate your life, you need to stop. You need to stop. And you need to use your God-given sense, because he's given us intelligence. He's given us knowledge. Use it. Because, guys, when you don't use your brain and you don't use your skills, those things are going to leave you. And a lot of y'all know I hate using the word dumb, but a lot of y'all aren't going to be as sharp as you used to if y'all keep messing around and using that AI. Before we leave, I'm going to share a quick story. This could have been maybe 2 years ago, or last year or the year before, I can't remember. But this was before AI was hot. I was watching this movie. It was a short film, or was it a few episodes? I don't remember. But anyways, it was about a married couple, a husband and a wife. The husband, I think he was retired. I'm not too sure, but he was at home all the time. And the wife was very career focused, very career driven. So for her, it was just work. So obviously in the house, there was some sort of friction because the husband could not reach his wife the way he would like, because she was always at work. So she never really had time to spend with her husband, constantly out at work. So he was lonely. And obviously in their loneliness, I already told you I'd make them kids leave the room. But obviously in the loneliness, there was no sex. He would try to sleep with her, and then she would be like, no, I don't have time. I have this project for work. I have to blah, 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 blah. So she was working for a tech company, mind you. So this tech company that his wife was working for, they were building robots, AI robots. So pretty much it was an AI robot, right, that looked 100% like a real human being. Obviously, because it was a movie, they got a real human being to play the part. But the robot gets familiar with you, just like AI does, right? So in the movie, the robot I'm fast forwarding. So the wife came home and then surprised her husband with this AI robot. Beautiful robot, by the way. Beautiful robot. So at first the husband was like, what are you doing? No, I want you. I want my wife. I don't want this robot. He was throwing a fit, blah, blah, blah. A couple days go by. He goes over to the box, right? On a day he was lonely. Goes over to the box, opens her up. And then from there, they start to form this relationship. They start to form, he starts to have feelings for the robot. And the robot is doing all the hobbies with him that the wife was too busy to do. So she was in the garden with him. They were eating dinner. They were doing all sorts of stuff, him and this AI robot. And obviously the AI robot was also sleeping with him, because that was the number one reason why the wife got him the AI robot, because she was too busy to have intimate time with her husband. So one day the wife comes home from work. She sees her husband and the AI robot in the garden having a ball. They were having a ball. Y'all know that Anthony Hamilton song? I'm not going to sing it. But when they're like, good morning, it's breakfast. Lost track of time, but we had a ball. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. But anyways, they were having a ball in the garden. Wife was mad. Wife was in there like, what are you doing? Blah, 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 blah. Getting mad. And then the husband looks at her dead in the face and he's like, I'm divorcing you and I'm going to marry I'm divorcing you and I'm going to marry the robot. Wife was mad. She started destroying the robot. And in the midst of her destroying the robot, she killed her husband. And then, long story short, she covers it up. Her and her sister cover it up so she doesn't go to jail. She ends up blaming it on the robot and saying the robot killed the husband. Where am I going with this? This stuff, as much as I was laughing and carrying on, guys, that was 2 years ago. And now stuff like this is starting to happen. And I always tell everyone this: movies, TV shows, music, all of these things are clues and they're hints. They're clues and hints, and we shouldn't be joking around. We shouldn't be playing around. Even though you guys see me laughing, I just like to laugh. But her face when she saw them in the garden, but it's like, girl, you got him the robot. So why are you mad? You got him the robot to do that to him. So why are you upset? But it's dangerous and it's a serious topic. So please think about what you're doing. Back to the parents who's giving kids phones that don't need phones. You see, in this scenario, it was the wife who gave the husband a technology gadget. But parents, if you found out your child was in an AI relationship, are you going to get mad like that woman? You better not get mad like that woman. I'm looking at y'all in the eyes. You better not get mad like that woman. You gave your child a phone since they were 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's your fault if they have an AI boyfriend or an AI girlfriend. So now you got to go figure that out, because you should have been a responsible adult and said, you know what? This technology is a little too strong for you. So until I feel like you can handle it, here's a flip phone. Call me if you need me. Anyways, guys, be serious with these gadgets, please. And those who are going to AI for boyfriends, girlfriends, if you have the desire to be married, if you have the desire to have a husband, if you have the desire to have a wife, the only person you need to go to is God. Especially in these times, mind you. Very hard to find a good wife, very hard to find a good husband. Very difficult. Very difficult. There's really not a lot of good options left. And I'm being quite serious. I feel like after my mom's generation, things just went downhill. Because I always tell my mom, shout out to my mom, hi mommy. I always tell my mom, yeah, you're like one of the only few good wives I know that's left. There's not many. There's not many. If you want a wife like my mom, someone who's cooking for you every day, around the clock meals, someone who's nurturing you, someone who's helping you shave your head. She helps my dad shave his head. Someone who's always looking out for you. Yeah. Then you're gonna have to pray, cause that stopped. I don't know. Women stopped doing that years ago. So you have to pray. You're not gonna find it from AI. If you want a good husband, a husband who's gonna provide, a husband that's gonna take care of his household, a husband that's gonna take care of you as his wife, you have to pray. Truly, 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 truly. Don't get on AI. Don't entertain it. Please don't fall into the devil's trap. Don't do that to yourself. Young women, young men, don't do it to yourself. If you want a good spouse, go to God, because he's the one that's going to give you your God-ordained spouse. No one else, not AI. That's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for the commentary. Thank you for following along. Since we're live on Facebook and YouTube, if you feel like somebody would benefit from this, please share it to them, because after we end the stream, everything is still going to be there for them to see. But guys, as always, it's been a pleasure. It's always a great joy for me to be here every single Monday at 7 p.m. to have this show with you all. And with that being said, until next time, bye.